removers. Apply today at discover.com.
Wish you could nurse your hair without it falling flat?
Hello, welcome back to Extreme Music TV. And we're all that remains seminal metalcore band. The call of just metalcore is probably I would say it's not. You don't want to lump these guys in one category. In my opinion, as I've been listening to heavy metal music for maybe like 30 to 25 years already. So all that remains to me has always been very closer to metal than they have been to metalcore. Because, you know, there's always the breakdowns, there's always the clean singing, and then the growling and all that good stuff. But this band has always been closer. Their music has been closer to me as a metal band. And like I said, you're not gonna hear a whole lot of growling on this new album. I gotta say that. You know, to me, this album reminds me of. Okay, I know bands have to move on. They have to progress. They have to mature. But this is to me, this is kind of like when a band gets too melodic, in my opinion, it really kind of drags down the whole thing. And me personally, I'm not exactly like, I'm not saying that, okay, their first album is, I'm not going to be one of those people that says their new album completely sucks. I'm just saying it's very to me, it relies more on just another band trying to be like Metallica. You know, and I mean, I don't want to say that in a bad way. There's nothing wrong with, you know, there's only one Metallica. But I think all that remains as, and that includes Trivium. They kind of relied more on melody than they have brutality or just their original sound, and it kind of drags things down a little bit. I mean, like I said, I'm very open-minded about metal music because I don't just listen to all extreme metal all the time, but I mean, that's what I usually gravitate towards. And this new album, beginning with the first album, this probably won't end well, and that's just, I think they clued us the fans on what it was going to be like. It's not gonna, you're probably, when you hear this album, it's not going to end well to you. When you're done listening to this album, you kind of get a bad aftertaste. So they kind of clued us in already, like some songs like Criticism and Self-Realization. You know, it just it's like they were telling us, okay, we're gonna go do whatever we want. We're not gonna be we're not gonna flirt with death metal no more. We're not gonna exactly be a metalcore band anymore. The next song, No Knock. This is kind of like the Fall of Ideals, or like the earlier stuff. Phil Labonte, I kind of get it why he doesn't do a growling, doesn't scream on his album that much, because if you guys remember, All That Remains went on a hiatus because Phil had gotten sick because of his throat, and he was having throat problems, just similar to Jesse David Leach from Killswitch. So it kind of gives you an impression that he just, I mean, I understand it. After years of touring, I don't know how these guys do it. Honestly, I know they use syrup or special drinks to be able to sing like this for 20 years at a time. No, I was kidding. They use things, you know, it's just after a while, after constant touring, it kind of destroys your voice. And especially when you got a band that sings and also does the extreme metal thing, you kind of get the idea that they might after a while it'll damage your voice. So I mean, that would be another reason why this album is like this. You know, we can't. All those of us that love metal, that love growling and all that good stuff, screaming. You know, I always say just go to another band. Really, honestly, the next song, "Divide," the greatest generation for you. Reason for me to fight. Victory lap. Track number 8, Pre-Nacious, Bite My Tongue, Fight Empire, True Cult Metal. You know, by the time you get to track 11, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, there's actually female vocals in this album. I don't know if it's the bass player doing it, but I think it's just All That Remains trying to seem fresh. This is not radio music per se. It's not really radio rock. It's still metal. It's just there's no growling, there's no screaming most of the album. So by the time you get to track 11, True Cult Metal. This is what probably All That Remains looks at themselves as purely a cult metal band, because not everybody's gonna like them. They're gonna have their own core fan base, their own diehards, and not everybody's gonna get a good aftertaste, especially the last couple albums they've been having. So that's what I think. And then the last song, Criticism and Self-Realization. It's kind of like they kind of threw it in just to kind of like make up for a lot of not as aggressive, not as ferocious, but still quite brilliant. This album is still brilliant. The guitar work is still amazing. It's still very power metalistic style melodies going on. It's still very thrash, and there's still breakdowns. It's just really like it's probably gonna just, if you like death metal, you're not gonna like this album. If you like early metalcore, you're not gonna like this album. If you're like a diehard fan of this band, you're probably gonna love this album. You're gonna like the progression. You're gonna like everything about it. You're gonna be like, wow, this is different for me. But if you're I won't call myself maybe a true metal fan, because I don't know, I listen to all kinds, so, and that includes, believe me, everything that's come on the last 20 years. So, but I give this album maybe a 10 out of 7, because it kind of falls a little bit for me, because I've been a fan of All That Remains for a really long time. You know, like, and also when Phil was in Shadows Fall. And he sounds actually vastly different if you listen to the older CDs and demo tracks. He sounds vastly different. And I don't know, when you're a diehard fan, you want your favorite band to continue dropping these extreme albums. But the thing is, after constant touring and throat problems, you might get sick a little bit. You might get tired. It takes endurance to do this. I mean, you think about it, these guys tour for maybe 365 days a year at a time for like 2 years, so it takes a toll on you. So you gotta forgive these guys. Still love them. Maybe you might hate them for this album, but like I said, it still ends up being a satisfying experience. All right. The new album, The Order of Things, All That Remains. Check it out, man. Check it out. This is Extreme Music TV. See y'all later.
All that remains. All that remains. All that remains. All that remains. You guys want to hear something heavy now? Yeah! All right. Well, I tell you what. If there's one thing you guys know here, it's fucking heavy. So when we get done with this song, make a lot of noise if you thought it was heavy, all right?